This is NJ, host on this channel. So we will continue our discussion on understanding the vibrations of the different numbers. The number which we are going to discuss today is the number 8. And we will have our discussion on the same parameters which we have been following throughout in this series. So before we'll start our discussion, just a quick recap of all what we have studied so far. What we are trying to do is that we are trying to understand the laws of the nature, equating them with these numbers. Like the way I always say, whenever it comes down to any form of divination, be it the astrology, be it the palmistry, be it the tarot reading, numerology is the easiest one. It works on the principle that as soon as a child is born, it comes under the vibrations, under the radiations of a particular planet. Just by making a calculation of someone's complete birth details, the complete name, you will be able to know his innate personality, his taste, his governing traits, the kind of occupation he is like more suited for, what his heart desires, how his personality is being projected in the society. So all these vital information you can easily get to know. The concept is very simple. Your birth date in itself tells about your basic personality, your basic nature, your complete total of your birth details which cannot be changed, which tells about your talents. In this journey of the life, what are the tools which you have in the hand to fight all the hardship? And your name tells about your destiny, your opportunity, the kind of environment which you are going to face in this life. So all of that we have already discussed in the introductory videos, and we have already discussed the previous numbers, like the way number 1, which is ruled by the planet Sun, which tells about the leadership qualities, about the independence, about the individuality, good organizational ability. Number 2, which is being ruled by the planet Moon, which tells about the peace, partnership, spirituality, diplomacy. Number 3 is the number which is being ruled by the planet Jupiter, which is considered as a very fortunate number, which tells about the cheerfulness, optimism, joy of living, expression. The number 4 is being ruled by the Uranus or Rahu, which tells about the hard work, good execution ability. Number 5, which is being ruled by the planet Mercury, which tells about the adventure, about the change, about the good communication abilities, good business acumen. Number 6, which is being ruled by the planet Venus, which tells about the love, grace, love of home, sympathy, harmony. So all of that you get to know from the number 6, the vibrations of the number 6. And the number just previous to it was the number 7, which is being ruled by the planet Neptune and the Ketu, which is a number of science, analysis, meditation, going inwards. So now we will start our discussion on the number 8. So what do you get to know from the shape itself of this number? So just because, like the way I always say, a thorough contemplation of the shape only will give you a lot of information of the vibration which that particular number emits. So this 8 number can be looked at from the perspective that it is the only number which is being confined in the 2 circles. So which just tells about little bit of the restriction. And just because these 2 circles which forms a 8 can be looked at from the perspective that the top circle can be seen as a spiritual plane and the bottom circle can be seen as the material plane. So all what someone who will be strongly under the vibration of the number 8 has to do is to make a balance of the energies of the spiritual or the material. He can go deep down into the materialism, or he can elevate from all of that and do good in the spirituality. So all of that we get to know from the shape itself. Now when it comes to the rulership of this particular number 8, so the rulership of the number 8 goes to the planet Saturn. Now you people also have to know little bit about the Saturn's nature as well, if you want to understand the vibration of this number 8 to the core. So Saturn, which if it is working in a positive aspect in someone's life, the Saturn is going to infuse the good judgment, the power of judgment in someone's life. It is going to make someone very wise, very disciplined, very researchful, strong sense of judgment of what is right, what is wrong. So all these are the qualities if you will find Saturn disposed very positively in someone's life. But let's say, for example, if Saturn is working on a very negative aspect in someone's life, the person doesn't have a sense of right or wrong. He will lose his power of judgment and premature aging, too much of the humiliation, suicidal tendencies, depression, loneliness. So all these are the qualities which Saturn is going to infuse if someone is under the affliction of the energies of the Saturn. And just because number 8 is being governed by the energy of the Saturn, so all these are the positive and the negative qualities which these people would remain to be very much beneficial or very much vulnerable towards. And just because, like the way I always say, Saturn is also a planet of the wisdom, of the maturity. as per the astrology, we cannot see someone mature from the 18 years of age or from the 21 years of age. We consider that person mature when that person's first Saturn return has happened. Just because Saturn resides in one zodiac sign for 2.5 years, it takes around 28 to 30 years of age to complete the whole cycle of the 12 zodiac sign. So the time when Saturn is going to come back after completing its cycle of all the 12 zodiac sign in your chart, and it is going to come its original position at the 30 or 28 years of age. That is the time when you will be seen and considered as mature. So this is all about the ruling planet, which has got the rulership of the vibration of this number 8. When it comes to the positive and the negative aspect of the number 8 vibration, so let's take the case one by one. When we talk about the positive aspect of this number 8, so these people who will be strongly under the vibration of this number 8, first of all, these people will tend to remain very hardworking, power, authority, position, good organizational ability. So all these are the qualities which you will find in someone's life who will be facing and getting the positive vibrations of this number 8. So these people tend to remain and they eye always towards the big authority, big position. They have big plans in the mind, and they also have the potential and capacity to execute and reach to those set goals. Like the way we say, 8 can also be seen as the double 4. Now 4 in itself is a number of hard work, good execution ability. So now the 4 is getting double. The energy of the 4 is getting double in the 8. And we can also look at it from the perspective that 2 into 4 is 8. 2, which is about the collection of the details, and 4 is again about the management. So good collection of details, capacity to manage is what you will find in the energies of the number 8. And the best part is, now whether shall we call it best or whether shall we call it a sign of vulnerability, that many times it has been seen that this number is also considered as a fatalistic number, because these people's life and the vibration of the 8 is always going to work in the extreme. Either it will be working on an extreme positive, or it will be working on a very failure, on a very extreme negative side. So that is the only reason these people who are strongly under the vibration of the number 8 tend to go through lots of ups and downs in the life. And it has been generally seen that their desired success comes to them at the latter half of the life after going through too much of the struggle, too much of the hard work. But they get the success for sure, because Saturnian or the 8 number people tend to remain late bloomers. So all of that tend to remain the positive side of the number 8. When it comes to the negative aspect of the number 8, so just because the sense of materialism is very high, and just because otherwise if it is working on its positive aspect, these people will tend to remain very much concerned towards the humanitarian causes. These people will take interest in the politics, remaining concerned towards the downtrodden, underprivileged people. But if it is working on its negative aspect, so the negative aspect of the 8 energy is that these people will tend to remain very will not concerned towards the pain of others. Highest level of materialism will be seen, and these people will not care for the the love and nourishment in the personal relationship. And when it comes to the extreme negative side of the number 8 energies, if it is working on an extreme negative side, so all kind of revenge, wickedness, cruelty, abuse of power. So all these are the potential which this number 8 vibration possesses when it will be working on its extreme negative aspect. When it comes to the personal life of these people or the vibrations of the number 8, so like the way I have been repeatedly saying this thing, see, these people know how to remain concerned and remain nurturing in the relationship. But the only problem is, first of all, these people tend to remain a bit reclusive. They are not able to express themselves what they are going through or what they feel for someone. And the second thing is that just because they remain too much concerned towards chasing their set goals in the life, that they are not able to give time and able to kind of retrieve the happiness of the daily small things in our life, even in the relationship. So all those kind of people who have purchased big houses, but they are always on the work, they are always like in a mode of too much of the stress, and enjoying is something, the deriving pleasure is something which either their servants or either their family is taking. So all these tend to remain the case in their personal life. They can also take too much of the stress and strain in the relationship as well. And has been generally seen that these people tend to remain not very lucky in the matters of family or derive happiness from their immediate family members. When it comes to the the list of vocations or the occupations which these 8 people who will be strongly into the vibration of the number 8 can think of opting. So the occupation will be all Saturnian driven, which these 8 people governs. So anything related to the working with the top organization, related to the politics, related to the judiciary, related to the leather business, related to the cement, manufacturing, or dealing or trading in iron, in in oil, so teaching. So all these are the occupation which these people tend to take interest towards. Even the railways and the engineering comes under the purview of the vibration of the number 8. When it comes to understanding the the lucky gemstone, lucky color, or the metal governed by this 8 number vibration. So the gemstone is blue sapphire, even the lapis lazuli. When it comes to the lucky colors for the vibration of this number 8, which you can think of adding in a wardrobe in order to increase the vibration of the number 8. So the colors are blue, black, grey and purple. And when it comes to the lucky metal, so that is obviously that is iron. And now comes the most important part of our discussion on these planetary and the number vibration, which is about understanding the compatibility of the number 8 with the fellow numbers. When it comes to the compatibility of the number 8 with the number 1, it is not considered as a very ideal match, because 8 is a number which is all about the materialism and 1 is a number which is about the idealism. 8 is a number which is being governed by the Saturn, 1 is a number which is being governed by the Sun. One is darkness, another is light. So it is not considered as a very ideal match from all the perspective, be it the friendship, be it the business partnership, be it the marriage. When it comes to the compatibility of the number 8 with the number 2, so as you people know that 8 is a number of Saturn, which is about the fear. 2 is a number which is of the moon, which is about the impressionability, which is about the sensibility. So this compatibility is still not considered as a very ideal match, be it from the friendship, be it from the business partnership, be it from the marriage. The 8 person is going to give unnecessary stress and psychological problems to the number 2. When it comes to the compatibility of the number 8 with the vibration of the number 3, so it is still considered as a mediocre match, just because 3 is a number of the Jupiter, which is a preceptor, which is a teacher, which is a number of fortune, happiness. So 3 is going to fill the life of the 8 with little bit of the happiness. So this can be considered as a mediocre match from all the 3 perspectives of the friendship, of the life partnership, or whether it's the business. When it comes to the compatibility of the number 8 with the fellow number 4, now here there is a little bit of the conflict, because the Western numerology doesn't consider it as a very ideal match. But the case is that 8 is a number which is being ruled by the Saturn, 4 is a number which is being governed by the Rahu or the Uranus. And as you people know that both of them have a similarity in the form that they both go through lots of obstacles, little bit of the struggle, and the early part of the life tend to go through lots of hard work. So there tend to be remain to be a case that they both empathize each other on the same plane. So this can be still considered as an ideal match, be it from the friendship, business partnership, or the marriage. When it comes to the compatibility of the number 8 with the number 5, it is not considered as an ideal match, because 8 is a number which is little bit inactive, which is little bit static, and 5 is a number which is very changeable, very fast. 5 is a number which is of lots of jovialness, lot of sense of humors, and 8 is a number which is of maturity, discipline, righteousness. So there tend to be a very mismatched combination from the vibration of the numbers. Right now we are not concerned about the astrology perspective, because if you go by the astrology, 8 is a number of Saturn, which is friendly with the Mercury, with the Venus, with the Rahu, and with the Ketu, and it's inimical towards the Sun, Moon, and the Mars. But right now we are just concerned about the vibration of the numbers. So 8 and 5 is not considered as an ideal match. When it comes to the compatibility of the number 8 with the number 6, a number governed by the Venus, so it is considered as an ideal match. The number 6 is going to fill the life of the 8 with all the comforts, luxury, good things of the life. So be it from the friendship, a life partnership, or the business, 8 and 6 considered as an ideal match. When it comes to the compatibility of the number 8 with the number 7, be it from the friendship, be it from the business partnership, be it from the marriage, because see, unless and until they both are working for some humanitarian, some spiritual cause, see, if they are working on a kind of business and a very materialistic project, so there the 8 is going to infuse and give all the right set of advice and the counseling to the number 7. But apart from that, when it comes to the life partnership or the the marriage, so there it is considered as a very mediocre match. When it comes to the compatibility of the number 8 with the fellow number 8, it is considered as an ideal match, be it from the friendship, be it from the marriage, be it from the any kind of business partnership, because they both are going to understand the nitty-gritty of the money. They both will understand the value of the money. They will take the money as a tool for the success. So it will be considered as a good match. When it comes to the compatibility of the number 8 with the fellow number 9, so it is considered as a very mediocre match, because both are considered as a very intense number. 8 can be seen as equivalent and synonymous to the fuel. 9 is a number which is being governed by the fire, and we all know whenever the fuel and the fire matches, so it is considered as a very mediocre match. So this was about the compatibility of the number 8 with the fellow numbers. When it comes to the body parts and the ailments which this number 8 vibration makes someone vulnerable, so when it comes to the body parts which this 8 number governs, so that is your legs, your teeth, your ear. When it comes to the body ailments, so these people tend to remain very much vulnerable if the vibration of the number 8 will be working on its negative aspect, stress, anxiety, insanity, depression, rheumatism, trouble related to the ears. So all these are the problem. This could be just because Saturn is a very gassy planet, so they also remain very much vulnerable towards the too much of the gas. So all these are the problems which these people tend to remain very much vulnerable, who will be strongly under the vibration of the number 8. So this is all what I wanted to say as my take on the vibration of the number 8. I hope you guys found this video informational. For further more updates and notification on numerology, please subscribe my channel and like my Facebook page. Thanks.